Hi everyone, and thank you for joining Outdoor Dad 1. Very nice of you to join me. I've had a lot of new subscribers and a lot of more views, so that's really appreciated. Thank you all for tuning in. And tonight we've not got a saxophone in this box. We've got the Krieghoff K80 Super Sport, which is a gun that I really like, and I've been lucky enough to have been lent this, and we've been out and had a shot with it, and we'll have a look at it. So without further ado, is this not the most bib and braces case you've ever seen? So we've got a hard case with a dust cover, a fabric dust cover, and it is buttoned up. We've got velcros on the corners and on the side. Obviously this is to make sure that your gun, if you was a proper air transportable case, this is no dust or anything is going to get on your nice Krieghoff. So we've got 3 latches. These 2 are on actual locks, and there she is. Look at that, she's a beautiful thing. So we've got this lovely blue velvet inside. We've got Krieghoff, United Kingdom and Ireland written in there. So that's really nice. I mean, yeah, the embroidery there is, that's not just sprayed on, that's embroidered. We've got a hinge, you can't see it. It runs all the way across the back of that little strap on there to stop it, falling open. It presents really well, doesn't it? So we've got the barrels and the stock and the main action of the gun and the fore end. Now then, we've got Krieghoff chokes. Now you can get steel Krieghoff chokes, or you can get these titanium ones. Now these titanium chokes are 20% lighter than the steel ones, and out at the end of the gun make quite a difference. They are an extra. These guns are completely customizable, infinitely, from chokes to fore ends to stocks. But this is what the owner of this gun has chosen. He's got 5 titanium chokes, and they've got lovely knurling on there so you can tighten them up by hand. We've also got a Briley choke key. I'm not sure if Briley make these chokes for Krieghoff. Pretty sure they do, but that's a fancy key. High-end gun, as you'd expect. We've got a lot of nice things. We've got the all-important stock key here. So you can nip up your stock on occasion. Now I do believe the stocks on these guns have actually got a little bit of bedding compound in the back, and they're headed up very, very securely. But yep, so you get your key. You don't want to be without that. And here we have this lovely K80. So I shall get rid of this box and we'll have a proper look at it. The K80 Super Sport, what a gorgeous thing. I really like these. There's a lot of weight, obviously, in the action. And I think that these handle so well. This gun in particular is £9 2 ounces. Does not feel like a £9 2 ounce gun. The balance and the weight distribution, and with all this mass, this action, it's quite long and it's obviously a very, very shallow action, and very little recoil and muzzle flip on a Krieghoff. You've got a beautiful shallow action, and not only that, you've got sort of a heavy gun that handles like a lighter gun. Now you can get a parcours, which does not have the floating barrels, and the parcours is basically, I think, is 200 grams lighter in the barrels than the K80 Super Sport. And then there is a Parkour X, which is in between the Parkour and the K80 Super Sport, and the Parkour X is 100 grams lighter in the barrels than the K80 Super Sport. But as you can see, if you're a regular subscriber to Outdoor Dad 1, you might have seen my Remington 3200 review, and obviously that's where this gun's design was started, and then later refined by Krieghoff. And Krieghoff are refining these guns all the time. I know that they make small changes to the single trigger system, the safety catch, all these little things. And as these guns go in to be serviced, they are updated. And if they've come up with an improvement, the gun gets it when it goes in, which is fantastic service. So here we are. Now then, let's start with at the back. So this gun is 14 years old, believe it or not, and it doesn't look it one bit. We've got a recoil pad, which I have to say, having shot it, is quite shiny and a bit slippy. Now I think they've got a kick ease pad now, and some of them are shaped, especially on like the hybrid and the trap style stocks. But this is quite a flat recoil pad, and I suppose really with use it's gone a little bit shiny. It's got a hard top so it doesn't snag. So it never snagged on me, but I did find it slipped about a bit in my shoulder, just due to the shininess of it. But yeah, obviously fitted absolutely beautifully to this really nice piece of stock. And I have to say, this is sort of very much the German sort of preference for wood. They love these sort of lighter, brighter colours, and the figure in it and the colours in it are really nice, and I think they really suit the K80's lines, this lighter wood. And obviously it's lacquer finished to a very high standard. We've got their own adjustable stock. So the adjustable comb is, pretty much like most of them. They're on towers with the Allen key adjusters. You can adjust the towers left and right, up and down. You've also got the ability to adjust little set screws in, so you can actually set it down onto them so it will never move and you're locked in. But a very simple, worked really well, adjustable comb. And this stock, I think they've slightly changed it now. So when they made this gun, it's got a palm swell on both sides of the pistol grip. And here. And it actually feels really nice. Now, I have noticed, we've got some really nice fine checkering and bordering. Now, if this is done by hand, it's amazing. I'm going to guess that they might be laser done, but it feels really nice. It's not sharp. It's really very neatly done. Plenty of lines per square inch. Nicely done. But I have noticed on this gun, my hand does tend to hang a little bit off the bottom of the grip. It's quite a shallow radius and not a very deep grip. Now, some of these guns I've shot in the past, my preference is the hybrid stock. It's a little bit more of a sharper contour and a deeper grip, and I really like that one. But the stocks, a lot of people who shoot Krieghoffs, they'll swap and change, and they'll look for the Myers stock, or they'll have a trap stock, and there's all sorts of, they'll swap the fore ends. The one on this gun has got a slight snarble on. Really nice to shoot. You can really index your finger on the front of this forend. It's not the shape that I'd choose personally, but as a functional thing, it is a really nice grip. Again, lovely lacquered finish, amazingly fine checkering, amazing wood to metal fit. So like I say, these guns like Parazzis, the Krieghoffs, it's endless. So this gun, I don't know if you can see it, we've got the titanium trigger. They do a gold trigger, they do triggers that are set further forwards, so you can get your finger where you like it. As well as being adjustable, you can have a different reach on the trigger. There is an endless amount of options, from engraving to stocks to barrels, ribs, everything you can think of. And I think the thing is with Krieghoffs is a lot of people hate on them a bit because they're expensive. And, you'll hear people say, well, yeah, but the triggers aren't very nice, or I don't like the way the triggers feel, or, oh, yeah, no, I'm not, I don't like the way they handle. And all these guns, they are all so different. You can't just pick up one and think, oh, well, that's a Krieghoff, I don't like it, or that's a Parazzi, I don't like it. Because they are so interchangeable, they're so refinable. There's so many things that you can change on them. But I do encourage anybody who has not had a chance to have a go with a Krieghoff to try and find one and have a go with it, because I do think they are one of the nicest shooting guns on the market. And I think it's got to come down to this large action frame that we've got here, with a large amount of central weight, and then the ribless barrels, floating barrels. And there's loads of really nice designs. The safety catch, for instance. The safety catch is a non-automatic safe, and to put it on you have to press the button in. To take it off, look, I can't take it off unless I genuinely want to, and I have to push the button in. Really clever design. The safety catch is very neat, and it only is a safety catch. Like I say, it's a non-automatic safety catch. The barrel selector is down on the front here. We've got a B and a T for bottom barrel and top barrel, and it works really well. And so we've got this lovely paddle as well on the top lever, and I have to say that it's contoured. It's a really nice shape. It's really nice to use. And obviously we've got this sliding top latch, which obviously, the Krieghoff is now famous for. Now, the coating on this action is like a coin finish. Really nice coatings. And these guns, they really do resist the weather. They are superbly engineered. The coatings are fantastic. Personally, I really like the colour case hardened ones, and they make a gun every year that they take to Ewa, and some of the engraving, if you get a chance to have a look, is absolutely blows your socks off. And we've got all this metalwork really to let the engravers and the craftsmen show their skill. And it's a bit of a marmite gun. Some people love them, some people hate them. I think some people that hate them hate the fact that they're probably out of their price range. Personally, I think if someone's treated themselves to a Krieghoff, good for them, and I like seeing them. Absolutely beautiful. This top latch gives the gun great strength. They're capable of shooting many, many rounds. So let's have another look at these famous barrels. So we've got a a beautiful top rib. One of my favourite parts about this gun is the sight picture. Now, the chap who owned this gun, I never actually got around to having a go with it. And the one that I shot first was a true left-handed with a left-handed top lever. And a lad turned up to the shoot, his friend, and he'd bought this. And I said, can I have a go? I shot it quite well. But the sight picture blew my mind away. So it's got this slight ramp. So it's not like a full mid-rib, but it's not a normal flat rib. And it's got a beautiful tram line. And the machining on it is absolutely exquisite, as you'd expect for a very high-end top-level competition gun. We've got a mid-bead and a white 4-bead on the front there. Now this has got a number 4 titanium hanger. I have actually had my lasers in this. I was told by the owner that they'd spent a bit of time with their hanger, making sure that their point of impact was in the right place, and they chose a number 4 titanium, and they got it bang on. I just wanted to have a look for my own intrigue, really. But yeah, and I really do like these chokes. The finish on them is really pretty. They're nice things, and they do steel ones, but with Krieghoff, really the sky's the limit on what you spend. You can just keep going and going and going, from your chokes to you can have engraved barrel hangers. It's just, but they are silver soldered, so they're never going to come apart. They silver solder their barrels. Now, there is a video on YouTube, a factory tour by Lloyd. I recommend having a look at that if you want to see the manufacturing process and the stuff that goes into making these guns. It really is a fantastic watch. Yeah, and as you can see, we can see here just how shallow this action is. And like I say, no muzzle flip, very, very shallow action. And you've got the shallow action with this large amount of metal in the middle, and I think that is what really does make them a fantastic competition gun. Now, I was just looking in the action. As you can see, it's all very smooth here. It says 3-inch chambers, and interestingly, it says on the barrels, read the instructions before use. If not available, contact Krieghoff. Use factory-loaded ammunition only. Now, I think you'd find that hard to do, but it's a funny, peculiar thing that they've wrote on there. But there you go. Factory-loaded ammunition, please. Yeah, and they're really nice tubes, swelled at the ends there to accept the multi-chokes. And this rib, yeah, absolutely lovely. So they've obviously spent their time refining this gun, and they're refining it all the time. So my 3200 has got these quite large ejectors, and they've obviously refined them, neatened them out. A bit of German engineering made them a bit more reliable and a bit stronger, I dare say. And we've got these wings here, which is what the action locks up on. So yeah. Now then, I don't know if you can see, and I'll put some photos under this forend, but we have got some really serious metalwork here in this forend, and we've got, reminds me of like an aeroplane. It's like got redundant ejector springs. It's like it's got 4, so we've got 2 on each side ejector springs. Really over-engineered German reliable gun. You know, you don't want it to let you down. Like I say, we've got lovely wood to metal fit. Quite a Germanic design on the forend latch, but works absolutely lovely. Locks are up tight. Like I say, nicely carried out checkering. There she is together. What a magnificent thing. Let's get ourselves up to Cold Springs Farm at Buxton do some practice and try this gun out, see how we get on.
Hey up, doggy. Oh, that's a bit of a wag, isn't it? Hiya, mate. Hello. Well, right, so maybe
pair with this has been quite popular for you. If you want to try that.
What's that bit?
Simo pair has been quite popular.
Has it? Oh, we'll give that a whirl then. What barrel?
Put a big boy in, eh?
I've put a big boy in, but yeah, let's go Simo pair. Pull.
There you go. Oh.
Pull.
There you go.
I'll see if I can manage to hit anything. Pull. Pull.
Hang on. Show it again.
Pull. Still coming a bit far back, even for them. Pull. Oh, yes!
Hang on. Put another one in. Click stop.
Hey, you got that! Brilliant pull. Pull. Winner. Pull. Winner.
That's 4 pairs.
Oh, you only had 3? Oh, I'll get you back in, won't we? Pull. 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 That's 4 pairs now.
It's 3. Plus 2.
Pull. Oh, you bastard. Ah, should have turned around, should I?
Ruined it. I'll have your last 2 quick while you were ahead.
Edit that out.
Yeah.
I lit them all in the video. Just 3 pairs.
And I think they're very popular. They've become extremely popular in recent years. I think values-wise, as a buy, whether it be second-hand or brand new, your money's pretty safe with one of these. If anything, they're just going to get dearer, I think. So that's always a positive. Reliability. Now, I think they recommend that you get these serviced every year. That might be a bit over the top. I know that they do a really good service. You have to pay for it. But I think it's a set price. And like I say, if they find something and they've found a better way of doing it, they'll replace that part. They won't charge you for that. And all the parts they'll swap for you that need swapping as a matter of course. I think they do a more thorough job, say, than Blazer, the other German manufacturer. I think, you know, if you've had your springs in for like 5 years and they're okay, I think Krieghoff will probably swap them you anyway and put your new set in whether you need them or not. Yeah, and I think when it comes to service, now I really wanted one of these, and I was looking at buying one, and I took a second-hand one out, and it actually had ported barrels. It shot many, many rounds, and it shot lovely. I loved the sight picture. It had the hybrid stock, so it had a larger palm swell just on the one side as opposed to both sides. True right-handed stock. More of a radius on the pistol grip and a little bit deeper in the pistol grip, and a slightly different forend. And it shot amazing, and I was like, I'd really like one of these, but I might have a new one. Anyway, as it happens, the gun that I tried, I was sort of not sure. It had ported barrels. I wasn't sure they were going to pass steel proof. So I left it. I saw it a week later. It had been to Alan Rome's for a service. Well, I picked up the gun. It was like brand new. It was tight to close. Absolutely. I mean, I've seen guns that have had new pins and new trunnions in and a new bolt and things. But this gun, it was like brand new. And I was gobsmacked, and I thought, well, that is a really nice thing. And I'd shot the gun, I'd shot it really well. And I was really impressed with this slightly ramped rib. And obviously it tapers on the way down. Lovely sight picture. And what always surprises with me is you pick one up and you think, oh yeah, that weighs 7.5, 8 pounds. And then when you weigh it, like this gun, it's 9 pound, 2 ounces. And you'd swear blind that it wasn't. And they're fast enough without being too fast. Now the parkour, I tried a parkour, and the parkour was just too light. I think if I was having a Krieghoff, I'd have a K80 Super Sport. That's just my choice. Loads of people shoot the parkours and parkours X's very well, and win championships with them. But I think this is an icon. I think if I was to be purchasing a Krieghoff, it'd be sort of the legend of the Super Sport. And anyway, so that was the second-hand one. I decided to have a new one, and in the end I got hit by a bill for a classic car, and the Krieghoff went out the window. And I bought something else that was less money, but still nice, and I still had money to go out shooting. So, it's one of those. If you can afford a £700 gun and go shooting, that's what you buy. If you can afford a dearer one. What you don't want to do is spend £1,000 on your gun, have no money left for cartridges, or £20,000 for your gun, and have no money left for cartridges and not be able to go out. So you got to use a bit of common sense. But I really do love these guns. I think they're absolutely fantastic. And like I say, they're a bit of a Marmite thing. You either love them or you hate them. But they've really grown on me. And I think after shooting that one and it being serviced, gobsmacked, the engineering, the metal to metal finish, really nice engraving, the wood to metal fit. They are an expensive gun. There's no doubt, no denying that. Are they a good gun? Yeah. Do they deserve the triggers, the mechanical triggers? I never had a problem with them. I just think they feel fine. I don't need to get used to them. They work. And I think a lot of people with a lot of guns, not just Krieghoffs, they'll tell you what certain things, and a lot of the time I think it's just hearsay or they've never actually experienced it. They are different, but I really like the way the triggers feel. They're a very impressive gun. What else can we tell you about it? 10-year warranty. This gun's a 14-year-old gun. It's absolutely beautiful and still going strong. I know the chap who has it. He's had no problems with it in 14 years. yeah, what else can we tell you about it? That's about it, really. Now, some of you regular viewers will know that we went to the NEC, to the British Shooting Show, and a friend of mine is looking to treat himself to a nice new gun, and it's just for a special birthday, and it's going to be quite a dear thing, and he's going to treat himself. And in the running is the Krieghoff, amongst other things, and the DT11. Now, hopefully I'll be able to fetch you viewers how it all pans out. So he's been to the British Shooting Show, he's looked at lots of guns, he likes the Krieghoff, he likes the DT11. So he is trying to get, he's actually had a go with this gun, he's trying to get a demo gun so he can go out and try it. Because if you can imagine, if you're going to spend 20 grand plus, or go to the Krieghoff factory and have a bespoke stock made, or you're going to treat yourself to a top of the range custom gun from Krieghoff, you'd think you'd be able to get hold of one to try. But he's been on to our local gun dealer, gun shop, and they're very good. And the UK distributor, Alan Rowan, are unable to supply him with one to try, which I think is a bit disappointing for him, to be honest. It might have knocked it out of the running, because obviously if you were spending £20,000, or if you was buying a new car, you wouldn't just think, I'll have one of them. You'd want to go out test driving it, and I think rightly slow. So he'd like to go out and try a gun before he bought it. So the Krieghoff was in the running. We'll have to see what happens regarding a demo gun, or if he ends up getting out with a second-hand gun and trying that. But he's very keen and shoots them very well as well. But yeah, they're a great gun. And next time you're out and someone's shooting a Krieghoff, and see if you can get a go. See what you actually think. And thank you very much for tuning in. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We keep getting up there now with subscribers and likes. And I'll fetch you another review as soon as I can. Thank you very much.